Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, October 20th, and this morning I am joined by Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. I am Zach Lilia at ZLiliaTCF on Twitter, and the main page is at typical_Chicago. This morning we'll be talking about the Monday Night Football doubleheader, which actually kind of started in the afternoon today. We got a little 4 o'clock football, which was awesome. Rays Dodgers World Series preview, which will be starting today, Game 1. Theo Epstein's criticism, which was a little weird. I don't even know what the heck that was all about, but we will talk about that. And we will have Phil Mickelson and Charles Barkley versus Steph Curry and Peyton Manning. This is going to be awesome to see. I think this is. I love how these matches are going. It's going to be fun to see what they go through in the future. But this Charles Barkley and Phil Mickelson on the same team will be awesome. And then we will have Boomy's Wacky Web Story. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Go over to YouTube. Subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. We have our morning shows, podcast, interviews, food reviews, everything that we've done, we put on there. And then podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, and review to Typical Chicago Fans. If it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago Fans, and you will find us on there. And shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Boomy's got their shirt on today. Got a shirt behind them. If you want shirts just like that, go over to 26shirts.com Chicago. Use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. Shout out to 26 Shirts. We love them. 26shirts.com Chicago. And follow them on all social medias. Boomy, how are you doing on this Tuesday?
Well, we made it through Monday. That was the toughest day of the week. We avoided that big snowstorm that happened in Iowa. So, we can't
snowed.
complain, man.
I wouldn't say it snowed. It was like rain, snow mixture today. But we got a little bit of snow, which was unfortunate. We don't want to see that, but it's weird. I think there's the next few days will be kind of cold, and then Thursday it's supposed to be back in the 60s, 70s, and then it's back into the 40s. It's just the weather is always so weird.
Got 9 inches in certain parts, so we at least avoided that.
Really?
Yeah, there was a whiteout in central Iowa.
Oh, I hate snow. I hate it. Your mother loves it too, which is just wild.
Lunatic.
Especially now with having my house, I'm going to have to actually push all the snow myself.
Yep.
So that will be fun. But let's get into the topics today. Boomy, we got a little Monday night football doubleheader. Unfortunately, we don't have any Tuesday night football.
Nope.
But we had the Chiefs beating the Bills in the first game, and we have the Cardinals and Cowboys playing right now 0-0. Andy Dalton not looking very good. This may be a tough game. Maybe another. That wasn't a terrible game. It was just kind of rainy in the first game, just bad weather. But I think that I don't know. I like the Cardinals, and I don't think the Cowboys are going to be very good under with Andy Dalton as the quarterback. There we go.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think the Cowboys are bad, but Andy Dalton is just not the guy. I mean, maybe 10 years ago.
We were just talking before this. I just saw him throw maybe the worst pass of all time. It was to nobody that was on his team. And then the Cardinals, luckily for him, dropped the interception. But it's just, I don't know. If it didn't, I mean, he played well in Cincinnati when he was there. He made the playoffs a bunch, but I just don't know. I don't know if Dak wasn't even – this team was kind of struggling a little bit, even with Dak Prescott under center. So I don't know why Andy Dalton would be much better.
Yeah, they're not, a team that can afford to lose a guy like Dak. It's one of those situations. They're not, the most talented out there, and they're not the best coach team out there. And then you obviously lose your leader like that. It's going to be a struggle for them. Luckily for them, they play in the NFC East. So, but it's a big one for Arizona. This is a big game for them. They've struggled against some average teams, and they've picked up a couple wins, but this is a real prove it moment here, and it's just bad. I mean, the Monday night game should be something entertaining, and these two teams are just. I mean, we're obviously only a quarter in, but it's got to be a little more entertaining than this. But
I just saw
yeah,
a
that
stat.
Monday afternoon game was weird.
I just saw a stat. The Cardinals are the most penalized team in the league right now. So that cannot be helping. They're 3-2, but with Kyler Murray,
and they played an amazing division.
Yeah, I think especially this year. Think about where that division used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to be like the NFC East.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the Rams are above average.
Right? NFC East, right?
Yeah. Seattle's obviously one of the best teams in football. 49ers are bouncing back. They're starting to get guys healthy. The Rams, the Cardinals, there's no easy win there anymore as it was, maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to have another Monday Night Football doubleheader as of right now next week. I was
going to say, anything can change, man.
All this COVID stuff going on. You're seeing a lot. Like last week, you had the Tuesday game, no Thursday. Hopefully, we get the Thursday this week. So we just it's kind of a day-by-day basis with when games are going to be. I think, who had to shut down their facility today?
Oh, I did not see that.
I thought somebody had to start doing remote stuff. I cannot remember. But but you can tell that the NFL is just going to keep it moving. They are not going to let this ruin the season per se. They're going to get through the season. They're not maybe going to finish all the games if something happens, but they will get through a season and there will be a Super Bowl champion at the end of it. But let's move on. It's
going to take something catastrophic for the NFL to wrap things up.
Yeah. Rays Dodgers World Series preview we got going on. I am excited for this. The Braves, unfortunately, last night just could not get it done. The Dodgers just kept fighting back. What was it, 3-1?
Yeah, they were down 3-1.
Which a lot of good teams come back from 3-1. But Boomy, did you by chance see the clip of David Roberts saying that it's their year? This is their year?
I did not, but
that's a tough clip, and I understand they've been here a lot. This and that, but I don't know. I think this Rays team is going to win the World Series. I think this Rays team, the pitching is better than the Dodgers pitching.
I want to agree with you, but unfortunately, I think that Los Angeles experience in that lineup and their
had
bullpen
experience for 10 years now, and it's never worked out. I mean, I think that the pitching is going to be won, and it's going to be won by the Rays.
I hope you're right. I really want the Rays to win, but I truly do believe that Los Angeles is going to win this World Series. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for, but that lineup is good, man. And they showed those last 3 games that they're not giving up on anything, and they're pretty. That lineup 1 through 8 is damn good. I don't know if the Rays have maybe like 2 guys that have played playoff baseball before.
But they're here. They've gotten the World Series. That's experience in itself.
It up just a little bit. I'm with you, man. I agree. I want the Rays to win, but
I think
if I'm betting money on it,
this Rays lineup as of right now can go toe to toe with this Dodgers lineup, and I think the Dodgers pitching is not where the Rays pitching is. I think Clayton Kershaw will hopefully have a good game or not. He's been struggling always in the playoffs, and the bullpen kind of been struggling for the Dodgers, and the Rays bullpen is locked down. So even if you get to their bullpen, I think you're screwed. So I'm taking Rays in 6.
I think it's gonna be Dodgers in 7.
Yuck. But let's move on. Speaking of ugly comments, Theo Epstein's criticism. I don't really get it. I don't even know who the guy who tweeted it out was. But he said something it's a failure, and he brought up 2 teams. What was it, the Dodgers? Mm-hmm. And then who was the other team?
The Yankees,
who have won 0 World Series since Theo Epstein started, as the Chicago Cubs Was he the general manager or?
President of operations or vice president of operations or something like
Yeah,
that.
and to to try and make that a cop out, I don't even know. The guy, I thought it looked like he wrote for like a Chicago like blog. I don't know, but do people really think that like if you win a World Series, it has to be like 108 years. You finally won the World Series. You can't say that's a failure at all. 9 playoffs appearances.
The guy writes for Baseball Prospectus, which is a pretty,
right? Is that right? 9 baseball? No, that can't be right. 9 playoff appearances.
No, 6 playoff appearances.
He's been there for 9 years.
5 of the last 6.
He's been there for 9 years. My apologies.
Yeah. I mean, it's a dumb comment. He got, kind of what he was looking for in the engagement, but
oh my gosh,
it's a dumb
that's more
comment.
Replies than I think he's ever gotten.
Yeah, the ratio
before.
is, 522 quote tweets. He definitely got ratio there, but it's just a dumb comment.
What's the point? You have to be thinking like I'm going to troll everybody on this tweet.
Yeah, I think I really hope that's what he was aiming for because that's just dumb. I mean, look at.
A lot of things you can say about this Cubs team. It's not Theo Epstein's problem.
No,
the team that he put out there on paper should have been a lot better these last few years. But the Javi Baez, like, what do you think? He thought he just should have predicted that Javi Baez, Chris Bryant, like Anthony Rizzo, they would have had kind of down years. You think he's just supposed to predict that and change it all up? Like these are reliable guys who did not come to play this year, and he's supposed to take the blame for that. Like the whole Yu Darvish thing, that's working out. Jason Hayward, I wouldn't say that maybe the money is as much as you want it to. But yeah, I think I'm fine with that contract at this point.
Jason Hayward's had 2 good years in a row. I'm perfectly okay with what we did with Jason Hayward.
I have no problem with any of those contracts at this point.
Tyler Chatwood's contract I disagree with, but
but he also had some injuries and stuff, and I mean, even he
has bounced back
well. He pitched well. I mean, I'm not saying he was worth
his first year was god awful. His last 2 years he was serviceable.
Yeah, he's not worth the money, but he's still.
But listen, the fact of the matter is we've been on this planet 30 and 25 years respectively. If you would have told us at any point in our life we'd be at the playoffs 5 of 6 years, we'd get our World Series, we'd play in 2 straight NLC or what was it, 3 or 4 NLCSs, and we'd be in around 90 wins every year, you'd sell whatever you had to take that.
He can't go out there and play the game. He can't go out there and play the game.
If you would have told anybody in 2012 where we'd be, they'd say you're crazy because that team was a joke and they were like the laughing stock of baseball. And it's kind of an embarrassment of riches right now. Yeah, it sucks. We've only got 1 World Series out of it, but the fact of the matter is the Cubs have been competitive for the last 6 years. They've been in the division races. They're not out of it by the All-Star break, which is where we were a lot of times when me and you were growing up. So people need to quit complaining and look at this, outside of.
It's just a dumb take.
It's just a dumb comment.
Yeah, dumb comment, dumb take, a hot take that you're trying to get people to maybe click on your freaking tweet or something. But I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
Theo Epstein is he's gonna go down as maybe one of the best to do what he's doing.
Oh, when he retires, he'll be the best general manager probably in history.
He could be in the Hall of Fame right now, and no one would 100%. Be mad about it.
100%.
So, it's annoying to see stuff like that, especially. Yeah, this team's gonna be different next year. That's for sure. But you can't be blaming it on Theo Epstein.
Exactly.
So we got Phil Mickelson, Charles Barkley. This is going to be interesting. Versus Steph Curry, Peyton Manning, two guys who are pretty good at golf. I mean, Steph Curry I think is really good. And
Steph Curry's played in like amateur tours.
Peyton Manning is probably really good too. Phil Mickelson
and Charles Barkley is like worse than me and you.
Phil Mickelson, a pro golfer, with Charles Barkley, who not the best golfer. So I
want to say I was watching some pro am and Charles Barkley shot like 112.
Hey, it makes you feel good though.
Dude, I could do that.
But do you think this is gonna just keep moving and moving until we just all these guys start playing, all these athletes start, like basketball players playing baseball players, football players, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I think it's one of
is this
those
a
like
trend now?
especially in the summer where there's kind of that downtime, where baseball's the only thing going on. You're going to see more stuff like this. But I'll be very honest, man. I didn't even watch the big one that happened. I don't know what went on that day. But at some point, you also got to worry, like, does this jump the shark at any point, and people just kind of get over it? You don't want to saturate the market if you're going to keep doing this. Do it like they're doing now. Do it every couple months. Don't do it. Don't make it like a weekly thing. But if they do this right and they really get the the personalities there, like, this could be fun. This could be something that is entertaining to watch Charles Barkley try to hack it out there. But
Yeah.
you got to be careful that you don't saturate yourself and do this way too often.
But I think the throwing in like a Charles Barkley golfer is
Yeah,
going to be a
absolutely.
little more interesting. Let him play with the pro. I think that's also going to be a fun thing to watch. I think that's going to be maybe the most watched one yet.
I completely agree. I might actually watch this one. I did not watch, like I said, I didn't watch the other ones, but if I get to see, especially
I
imagine
love
the
watching
reaction.
Tiger Woods golf, but like he's a good golfer. I
Yeah.
like watching some maybe people that are very athletic, professionals in their own right, but maybe struggle a little bit with
Yeah.
golf. And it makes you feel good.
Makes it a little bit more relatable, right? When they're hitting behind trees like we usually are.
I think we will definitely be watching this golf match. But Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us?
I sure do, and I have a bone to pick with this guy. He is the governor of Campania, Italy. His name is Vincenzo De Luca, and he blasted, and I quote, "stupid American extravagance and a monument of imbecility" when announcing that the city, the county, I don't know, that Naples will be enforcing a 10 p.m. curfew and banning Halloween, essentially. He said it is irresponsible. Young people that have caused the surge of infections. He's closed schools, and he's basically blaming Americans because we love Halloween so much that it's rubbing off on his people, and they want to celebrate Halloween, and they're not being safe. So he's just canceling Halloween and basically just blaming it on us because the people in his area are idiots.
Can I say something here? My nephew, who is 5 years old, is better at wearing a mask than I am. It is not the children's fault. They're probably better than most adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a stupid way to say it. And come on, man, it's
what
Halloween.
did we do to this guy? Like, what happened in this this guy's like?
No one's saying you have to go trick or treating. If you feel like it's not safe or whatever, don't do it. No one's
and I don't
forcing
know if he
anyone
needs
to
to
do
read
it.
a history book, but we didn't invent Halloween, so shut up.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. I think
it's just such a backhanded jab that he didn't need to do. Like, you're just finding a reason. You're finding an scapegoat to disappointing the people who want to celebrate Halloween, which, whatever, I'm not the biggest Halloween guy.
Oh, no,
but,
I'm not a big fan of it either, but
like,
let people
don't
live.
Use, I didn't do anything to this guy.
Like I said,
whatever.
If you don't want to, then don't. It's your option.
But don't say this is America's fault that you guys can't figure out, quarantine and stuff. So
yeah, even though, like you said,
clown. Vincenzo De Luca, you're a clown.
Yeah, I got just like I said, America's got our own problems here with the whole coronavirus. We don't need you blaming it all on us.
Exactly. This one, we're to blame for a lot of things, but I don't think this is it.
Yeah, come on. But Boomy, anything post show?
Oh man, there was something I was going to ask you.
What was it?
Oh man, would you rather have 2 Monday night games or 1 Monday night and a Thursday night if you had to make the choice?
1 Monday night and 1 Thursday night.
You think so?
I like having that Thursday night game there. I don't need two on Monday all the time.
I like having a little bit of time, an extra day that I don't have to worry about football and gambling on it and all that fun stuff. So.
Well, that sounds like a loser's mentality, Boomy.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing very well today, so
That's funny.
Definitely have a loser's mentality today.
We had ourselves a little quick show, and not really quick. We got through some subjects here.
Yeah.
Me and Maddie will be back tomorrow morning, but thank you to Boomy at Boomy TCF on Twitter for joining me this morning. I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Just type in typical Chicago fans. You will find us on there. Give us a follow. Go over to YouTube and you will find us on there. Typical Chicago fans. We put all of our morning shows, podcasts, interviews, food reviews. We put on our YouTube page, Typical Chicago fans. So please subscribe. And then wherever you get your podcast from, it's Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. If it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, and review. Give us that 5-star rating, please. And if it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago fans. You will find us on there. Please give us a listen. Thank you to 26shirts.com Chicago. Boomy has their shirt on. He's got one in the background too. If you want a shirt just like that, we use the promo code Typical Chicago fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. Again, that is Typical Chicago fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Boomy, anything else?
Hey, let's have a great Tuesday.
Let's have a great Tuesday. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, October 20th. We love you all.
Peace.